I got you pull up. Pampers pull ups.
And welcome with that. Welcome. Oh, that's not the beat up. Welcome to the two-man front with your boy. I am your boy B. Other half is the fog from Objectively Biased Sports. And welcome to the show. We want to welcome you guys to this Wednesday night. Thank you for joining us out there on the East Coast. I know it's 9 o'clock over there, 6 o'clock over here. So we're going to try to get this show on the road so our East Coast friends can get to bed. Right. But it has happened. Free agency has started. Let's go ahead and has it, right? It started. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get the show on the road. NFL free agent frenzy. But first, of course, as always, please subscribe to the channel on the YouTube channel. Please do that. Our subscribers are going up. Really appreciate that. And also, don't forget about show our pages some love. I think next week I'm gonna put our pages some love as well, so you guys can subscribe to our pages to BZ Sports and Entertainment, and of course, Objectively Biased Sports from the Fog. We got great content for you guys. We always love showing it to you guys, and we really appreciate you guys showing a lot of love. But of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and take your phones out, and use a little QR code on the screen. It's going to be on the screen the whole show up there in the right-hand corner, I believe. And show us some love, man, please. And then also, please don't forget, leave your comments. Leave comments. We love your comments. Leave them below. Debate with us. We want to have fun with you guys, obviously. And we try to get every single comment up there on the screen so we can make this as interactive of a show as possible. All right. Let's talk about the rundown. What are we talking about today? Talking about free agency. Free agent winners, losers, and the biggest surprises. And also, I'm going to put Fog on the spot. We're going to grade some of these free agent signings over the last few days. Also, our top 5 quarterbacks of the 2024 NFL draft. We haven't done quarterbacks yet, honestly, because I really wanted to watch these guys. And my list has actually changed. Fog, I know yours has too. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And of course, like always, we're going to end with the Mount Rushmore of college football, this time running backs. And Fog, I'll tell you right now.
Did I send you mine or no?
You did. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. And ours it's similar but different, but it was hard as hell. It was hard, bro. it was so hard. But hey man, let's jump right into it. Right? Let's jump into some free agency. Free agency has started. And Bug, you know what we like to do, our winners and losers, man. We love our winners and losers. So let's go ahead and start with our first winner. I think I know where you're going with this. Who's your first winner of a free agency so far?
The free agents in general. Listen, did you see what Kirk Cousins got paid?
Dude.
Like, come on.
I don't
From
understand.
Kirk Cousins to Saquon Barkley, Christian Wilkins from Miami, who got pilfered by the Raiders.
Bad loss by Miami.
Oh, yeah. Miami, hella loss.
Horrible loss, yeah.
But overall, the free agents have won. They're my winners. These guys have maximized their earning potential, and team organizations, especially with running backs, they've turned around and said, hey, we need running backs. We need valuable running backs. We need to pay these guys. And you saw all these guys, the guaranteed money that they're getting is insane. It's not the contract. It's the guaranteed money that they're getting. This is This is quarterback like. For running backs, they're getting guaranteed money outside of Kirk Cousins. But they're getting guaranteed, they're getting paid value. And I think that, we had this conversation. You said running back value is going down, and I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But valuable running backs, guys that are going to be important to teams in both the rushing and receiving aspect, guys like that are going to be highly touted because teams realize they can win without great or elite quarterbacks, providing they put the proper pieces around them. These you're going to see running backs get valued more, not more to the way they want to be valued, but more from an aspect of, hey, this is a cornerstone piece that we need to have in order to get to the Super Bowl.
A lot of hate beginning this. A lot of hate to begin this show right here. I think I know who this is. A lot of hate. I lost my face and everything, and I'm still ugly. Well, that's just life. But look, hey, that's life. But look, hey, I agree with you because my big winner in this, honestly, to me, it's not just running backs, but it's a specific running back. It is Saquon Barkley, and because this dude, 27 million guaranteed. I don't know if I don't even check. I wish I checked this. Maybe somebody who's watching can check. I don't even know if that's the most guaranteed money a running back's ever gotten. I don't think it is. But the fact that this guy was struggling to get anything from the Giants, the team that drafted him, is now, I believe, at least in guaranteed money, the highest paid back in the NFL after everything he's been through. That's a win for Saquon. I don't know what Saquon's gonna do for your Eagles. We'll see how the rest of the offseason kind of comes together. I don't really know, but man, that's a winner. I'm happy for him, man. I really am, because you know how much I love Saquon.
Yeah,
I was a big fan. I honestly believe injuries just really held this man back, despite what the trash Giants did to put anything around this man, and drafting Daniel Jones, giving him the big contract and not him, and not Saquon Barkley. Like, I really root for Saquon. I really do. I really hope he can have at least one or two more bounce back years in the back end of his career in Philly, behind that line with that quarterback. It's going to be really fun to watch. But man, 26 mil guaranteed. I don't know if this restarts the market. If this is what this person's asking, I don't know if it does or not.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think. I think once Christian McCaffrey and Kamara's deals are done, I don't know. I don't think. It kind of depends on how Saquon does too. It kind of depends on how he does. But
listen, if Philly makes a Super Bowl, it might restart the market, because we saw Christian McCaffrey, Super Bowl, Saquon Barkley, Super Bowl. Like, it may restart the market, because, like I said, I preface this. Running backs, we're seeing value in running backs.
This man said, "No, I mean, I got kicked out the stream and had to come back." Hey, we talked about it. We talked about it anyway, but yeah, I don't think it will. Yeah, I was wondering with this guy, man. I don't think it's gonna restart the market. All right, Fogg, who's your loser?
Oh God, my loser's Miami.
Yeah,
Miami lost so much. Losing Christian Wilkinson was a problem, but hold on, because they lost another defensive tackle. They lost another defensive tackle.
lost a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, Miami, like, they're on the clock. We talked about this. Tua is on the clock.
Tua's on the clock.
Yeah, he's on the clock. This whole team is on the clock right now.
Michael Dan's on the clock.
Yes. So if they fail to make the playoffs this year, I don't think McDaniel's in trouble, but I think there's going to be a revamp on that team. No, I don't think he's on the I wouldn't put him on the hot seat yet. I wouldn't put him on the hot seat. If they fail this year, he's on the hot seat next year, and it's extremely hot. I don't think he's on a hot seat this year. I think Miami is going to, even what they've lost, I think Miami, they're going to be like, okay, let's see what we can do here, what he can do here, Mike McDaniel, and then we'll reevaluate him going into the 2025 season.
Yeah, I think Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat if you don't make the playoffs. No, I just think I do. I think he's I just feel like he came in with a lot of bravado. I think there was a lot of excitement around him. I think that they kind of brought him in for Tua Tagovailoa because remember remember they couldn't really. I mean, Brian Flores and Tua didn't really get along or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, they butted heads
They got rid
completely.
of Brian Flores for Tua. I don't know if they're going to get rid of another coach for Tua again. If Tua, okay, first of all, Tua didn't have a bad year. Let me start by saying that he didn't have a bad year. Yes, he had a kind of an MVP type year. He just kind of fell off flat. That's all that happened. So I wouldn't say Tua had a bad year at all. But I think, but the Dolphins have been losers this offseason. They have been. They have not, or it's free agency period. Now we'll see what we do in the draft. But they have not really. They lost some guys. They've lost some guys. In free agency. Before I get to my loser, let me get to this comment right here. Personally, I think the receivers market will bottom out soon. There's so many highly rated receivers coming in, and they're all good, and they'll all can't get paid. That position might be talented itself. That position might talent itself out some market share. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially with this draft class coming in.
Yes,
absolutely, 100%. That's absolutely true. If this draft class proves to be what we think it's going to be, 100%. I definitely agree with that comment. Let me go ahead. Let me do my loser real quick. My loser, unfortunately, man, is Justin Fields. This free agency because quarterbacks are getting snatched up left and right, and there just doesn't really seem to be a place for him anymore. I mean, I think the Las Vegas Raiders signed Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
that was, and then Commanders got Marcus Mariota. I believe, obviously, Kirk Cousins went to the Falcons. Baker Mayfield goes back to the Bucks. I'm sure there were some other moves by quarterback moves. Sam Darnold goes to the Vikings, even though I still think the Vikings could possibly be a play, but I think they want to draft one of the young kids, honestly.
Yeah.
I do. So I don't think that's going to happen. Justin Fields, man, I don't know what at this point. I put up some teams the other day. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I put up some teams he could probably go to. But at this point, he might have to just suit for a backup for at least one year, because next year he's going to be a free agent. So he may just have to kind of just, I don't think the Bears are going to keep him, but the Bears are going to have to do something. The Bears can't be stupid and not get anything for him and just let him walk.
Well,
but
I wouldn't put that past the Bears being stupid.
Like, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to Justin Fields. I really don't. I mean, the team that I've been thinking about a lot that he could probably go to, honestly, this is going to sound a little crazy, but it's Miami. And I say that because Mike McDaniel is some genius, and he can put these formulas together and these formations. Why can't they just use Justin Fields in that way? Put him in the backfield a little bit. He can throw. You can use him in a decoy. I don't know. It's got to be. I think it's going to take a team that wants to be creative and who's going to use Justin Fields' athleticism, kind of like a Taysom Hill. I think he's better than Taysom Hill, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure what they could do, but Justin Fields can play. I'm just so shocked he's still on the market. This kid can play. I just don't get it. I'm not really sure.
I heard something that a lot of NFL GMs are looking at him as a backup. So there's no market for him, because they're looking at him as a backup quarterback.
For 1 year, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem. They're not looking at him as a starter. So if the general consensus from the NFL teams, especially the scouting department, general management, if all of these guys are saying, hey, this guy's a backup quarterback, that's how it's going to be viewed, and the market is not going to be available for him, which, again, screws the Bears completely, because they're not going to get market value for Justin Fields, and they're not going to get value for trading back.
Yeah. I mean, look at Bear. I feel like he is a backup this year. It's unfortunate. There's some teams I feel like the Commanders could have used him, but whatever. I don't know. This guy says Tua's who Tua is who we thought he was. He also, they need to run the ball better. I think they ran the ball pretty well last year. I think what's that guy's name? Mozart had, I think Mozart.
Yeah, Mozart.
Mozart had like 20 something touchdowns last year. They're asking him to do too much. Just because he has cheetah don't make him Mahomes. I get what you're saying though. I do understand. I do think they could use more of a kind of a back, right? A downhill back. But they had, I mean, Mozart was pretty good. They have Devin Kane. I think they ran the ball. I think that was the plan. I think when Devin Kane went down, things kind of went awry. But I get what he's saying here. And then this person says Gardner Minshew got a deal, 35 years old. Gardner Minshew got a deal. A 35-year-old cousin got a deal, and Cam Newton sitting back like, I know you fucking lying. Hey man, Cam is done. Let me leave Cam alone. Cam's finished. That's funny though. That's actually very funny. All right, let's go to our biggest surprise real quick. For who's your biggest shock? Your biggest shock is free agency.
Well, oh shit! What? How did that happen? Well, my biggest shock was the Giants.
Why is that?
They overpaid Brian Burns. I get it. Great trade, but you overpaid him. You lost Saquon Barkley. Okay. But then you lose Xavier McKinney on top of it. Like, you lost valuable pieces. And you could have made decisions on Saquon last year. You could have brought back Xavier McKinney. And you decided to overpay Brian Burns. And you have no secondary. You better hope that Burns is the guy that will burn through and lead the league in sacks. Because otherwise, your secondary is going to get torched even more than it was before. So for me, I'm shocked at what the Giants didn't do and allowed to happen this year.
Yeah, the Giants. I don't know where to go. I mean, they're clearly rebuilding. They're clearly on the rebuild mode. They got rid of Jones. They got rid of Saquon, McKinney. Which I thought
McKinney was a rebuilding cornerstone. He was just drafted 2 years ago. B, what the fuck?
I didn't get that at all. I did not get that at all. I really didn't. And this Packers fan is saying, "Thank you, New York Giants." Yeah, I don't get that at all. I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. Giants are just, I don't know. They have to really hit on this first round pick though. On this pick. I don't know what quarterback they're gonna get. I mean, I'm not sure what they are. What
Listen, my brother said something. David said something very interesting. He said, I was on board with Dable and showing, but after that first year, he was like, I really question what they're going to do. Well, here we are. We have a lot of questions right now with the Giants.
I wasn't a big. People were really high on Dable. I wasn't super high on him. Like, I get the whole, he helped develop Josh Allen. The last time I checked, Josh Allen is still throwing like 10 picks straight game. Like, I mean, let's pump the brakes on that a little bit. Like, I get the idea, but no. But I've never been high on Brian Dable. I was never me. All right, let's get to these comments real quick. Chicago messed up this transaction regarding Justin Fields, especially for a player who swears he's not going to play for Chicago. Fields needs to hit the free agency and take his shot at a place where he thinks he can develop and showcase his talents. Yeah, I agree with that. Fields to just really kind of swallow his pride. He's a backup quarterback. That's what the league is viewing him as. Let's see what the market's going to look like next year. Next year's quarterback draft in terms of college, not going to be that great. So maybe Fields can find somewhere. I don't know, but I agree with that. I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. Fields needs to just kind of tell his agent, yo, just send me somewhere. I don't care where it is. I don't want to go back to Chicago. He can't go back to Chicago at this point because he's already said he doesn't want to go back. So yeah, that's kind of wild. And this person, I don't know if you reached FA losers, but it's definitely Seattle. Seattle, interesting. Well, if you guys whoever this is, explain why Seattle are losers, or we'll put the comment on screen. I'm gonna get to my biggest shock real quick. My biggest shock for me, Well, they could have been a loser. Maybe I should have switched Justin Fields. But because I feel like the Panthers are just, I feel like the Panthers are
Oh,
purposely screwing Bryce Young. Like I just feel like, like I was gonna make a post.
conspiracy theorists?
I was, I was gonna make a post about this, bro. Like the fact that they got rid of DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and now Brian Burns in a span of what 3 years, 3 to 4 years, really. The fact that this team got this quarterback in the hopes of him dragging them from the football purgatory, like it just goes back to what I said before. And I was going to put this in a post. I probably will still make it. I understand they got Deontay Johnson. Save me with him. I'm a Steeler fan. Deontay Johnson, eh.
He wasn't going to fit Arthur Smith's system.
Well, yeah. Oh, and he wanted out. He wanted out anyway.
Yes.
He wasn't number one. He wasn't the number one guy. George Pickens came in, pushed him out of the way. He's gone. But it just goes to show you, man. Like Bryce Young doesn't have a shot. He doesn't have a chance. That bothers me because Bryce Young is going to be looked at as a guy who can't play. But how can you judge a guy who can't play when he's surrounded by pure garbage? I don't understand. And people were really trying to tell me that if you switched CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, that the results would be the same. I'm sorry, the results would be, CJ Stroud would actually make the Panthers better, or they wouldn't look as bad. And Bryce Young wouldn't make the Texans look as good. Like, yo, bro, stop, man. Like, look at honestly, the Texans almost became my winner because look what they were doing. They got Danielle Hunter and they got Joe Mixon. They understand. They are building around this young kid, man. They're building around CJ Stroud. They understand how to build quarterbacks.
Well, that's why I turned around and I said my biggest shock with the Giants. Joe Schoen is recycling players. They brought Devin Singletary in. When you see shit like that happening, okay, that's a problem.
It's just Devin Singletary.
And I love Devin Singletary when he was coming out of college. But again, Schoen is bringing a guy that they drafted in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So that recycling,
that makes sense. He knows Singletary. Yeah, that makes sense. He brought him in. He's familiar with them. I think Joe Mixon is a very underrated signing.
Very a big signing for Houston.
Big signing. I think my theory is I think they missed out on Saquon. Maybe they didn't want to give him that money. Possibly, I don't know. And then Mixon became available, and they got on that quick. But my point is, man, the Panthers are doing nothing to help Bryce Young. Nothing. No. I just honestly, I said to myself today, I was like, I wish Bryce Young just picked the phone and be like, yo, trade me. I want to go. Like, it's just, I feel bad for the kid because I know he's better than what we saw last year. Go watch the film. People think this dude is trash, man. Go watch this film, man. I'm not sure what to tell people, man. This kid can play. Bryce Young can really, really play. All right, let's get some comments. Hear me out. Trade Fields for Zach Wilson. Let Fields sit under Rodgers and then take over that franchise once Rodgers retires. Hey, on my post, I said
who the fuck is trading for Zach Wilson?
I don't know about the trade up, but I will say, hear me out. I did say that I would love Fields to be behind Rodgers because I did say there's the most underrated asset is a young quarterback learning behind a vet.
Yeah,
that's an underrated asset. Underrated asset in the quarterback room. So I like that. That's facts. I like that. All right, this guy, I think this is a Seahawks guy, refused to pay Wags. I'm not sure who Wags is. Who's Wags? And Brooks didn't find any safety replacements. I know they got rid of Jamal Adams. That's probably addition by subtraction, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Jamal Adams, he was terrible. He's never been good. He's never been good. Let's see. It's hard to fit a system that punishes talent. Arthur Smith left his own devices. Devices is terrible for everyone involved. Yeah, that's. I don't look. I get that. I hope he doesn't do that in Pittsburgh because whatever the hell he did whatever Bijan Robinson did to Arthur Smith last year, man, like I don't know what Bijan did to Arthur Smith last year, but apparently it was horrible because Yeah, I like that comment. That's true. I don't know. That's true. Our defense is supposed to be strong point, and we are ignoring it. I'm guessing this person is talking about. I'm not sure who team he's talking about. Oh, how do you get your names viewable on the screen? Okay, what you guys got to do, what you have to do is, man, I'll do it for next show. There's honestly one thing you got to click. There's one thing you got to click, and it's just it does it for you. It's a link pretty much that I would have to put up on the screen. I'll do it next show. That's my fault. But for now, if you guys can just show us your names, I'd love that. Honestly, that way we can identify you guys and not just Facebook user. All right, but yeah, I will definitely put it on the screen next time, so your names will show up permanently, and then you'll never have to do it again, ever again. This guy says, "Look, man, when it's done, look, man, when it was done, Zach and Rogers had beef. Did they? I know that. I think I heard that. Yeah. Aaron said he ain't nobody's teacher. He meant that. He meant that shit. I do kind of remember that actually. I do kind of remember that. Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers kind of had a little bit of a fallout, tiny bit of a fallout. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we all know who he is. I mean, he didn't really want to coach up. Oh, it's Jay New. Okay, what's up, Jay? He didn't really want to coach up. He wanted to coach up by Zach Wilson, but I do think he was trying to. I'm not really sure what the fallout was, but I do remember he was trying to. I definitely remember that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. All right. Ball game. Last words on. Oh, actually, sorry, you do have some last words. I do want to do this real quick. I'm gonna put some names up, Fog. I'm gonna put some names up on the screen. For some signings, you just give me a grade. Straight up grade, A+ through F-. Ready? A+ through F-. Here we go. Give me a grade for you. This is for you. Saquon to the Eagles. Give me a grade.
I give it a B.
Okay. I give it a B+. I got a B+. Cousins to the Falcons.
Honestly, that might be an A.
Really?
Because I think the Falcons are a really good team. I talked about it last year with you preseason. Falcons could be a really good team. Depends on the quarterback play. Cousins is a severe, significant upgrade on what they had at QB.
Yeah, but I give it a C because Cousins is 36 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. Like, he's not mobile. Like, no.
Brian, you and I could perform better than Desmond Ridder. That's it.
I'm not saying Desmond Ridder was some I'm not saying he was some I don't know, stalwart or not stalwart, but some MVP or all-star. But nah, I don't get the Kirk Cousins interest. I really didn't. I don't get it, and I don't get it at all. Russ to the Steelers.
He improves them.
Give me a grade.
He improves them. I would say a C.
Honestly, it's funny. It's funny that you want to give a grade because you don't want to give. I'm going to give it incomplete. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. All right, we talked about it. Joe Mixon to the Texans.
That is fucking awesome. I love that because he's a solid running back. Yeah. People still sleep on him. Look, he's not the elite guy I thought he would be, but he is a solid running back, and that is exactly what the Texans need.
I'm gonna get to the comments. Real quick, guys. We're gonna get through this and go through the comments. So stick with us. I give Joe Mixon I give that an A. I give it an A, like an A-, right? I give it only because he's kind of injury prone, and he does put the ball on the ground a lot. But I give it. I think that's going to be really, really big for TJ Stroud. All right, Derrick Henry to the Ravens.
Fuck, A+.
Really?
A+. The only reason I give that A+, hopefully we still get a solid Derrick Henry. If you get he doesn't have to be anywhere near what he was in Tennessee. He just has to be DeMarco Murray-like. If he could do that, with Lamar Jackson and the receiving core that they have, that's all Lamar needs. He needs someone else to fall back on. And a running back, this is a 1-year deal. Derrick Henry, I don't know how many 6'2" or 6'3" running backs have had longevity in the NFL outside of maybe James Brown.
Frank Gore.
So there's no like this is his season. So Henry, Lamar Jackson, Harbaugh, this is their year. You have to do it. I love this signing with Henry. A+.
Wow, I give it a B. I think only reason why I give it a B and not a higher grade because I think Henry's kind of past his prime. I don't think we're not going to get Tennessee Titans. I know we're not going to get that Henry. We're not, but I understand what you're saying though. I honestly felt like when they lost Gus, I love Gus Edwards. So I was a huge Gus Edwards fan. I think I felt like that was a bad, like they should have kept him somehow, some way. But I mean, I give it a B. I think people over. I think the name looks sexy, but I don't know about the performance. We'll see. I give it a B. But it's a good signing though. They're helping them out. All right, Kinlaw to the Jets.
C-. I
was like, I wonder what your brother feels about that, but I'm like, yeah, I give it like some Jets fans were loving it. I give it like a C+. I mean, it's overblown kind of when he was signed. I give it like a B. Maybe it's B-, maybe.
He underperformed in San Francisco.
Yeah, he did. Brian Burns to the Giants. You talked about it a little bit already.
That was huge. Give it an A. A-.
I get, yeah.
The money they paid him is like, shit.
Well, that's why I give it a B+, because they overpaid for him, but one of the better pass rushers in the league.
Yeah.
And yeah, I give that a B. I give that a B+. Let's see some grades our guys are looking at right here. It's an A for entertainment. Kurt's gonna fall in love with the hearts and minds. The most devoted and desperate and fragile. The pain and suffering will be sweet. And then this person saying, Steeler country, let's mill. I told y'all my boy from Pitt wasn't gonna do it. Hey, wait a minute. I'm not sure who this is, but I never liked Kenny Pickett, and I stand on this, but never liked Kenny Pickett.
He was hell against him.
I never liked baby hands. Never liked him. Never liked him at all. So yeah, B+ on Barkley, A on Cousins, huge upgrade at the quarterback position. D on Russ. Oh, this person got to show themselves. I mean, well, actually, you know what? I'm incomplete, so you might be right. A+ on Mixon in the check downs he'll get in a goal line work. I like that. Yeah, check downs. He's gonna get a lot of check downs.
F on Henry.
Ravens never had an issue with the run game. Why fix it? And it's, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree with that to an extent. I felt like they were doing fine without getting a big name back. I understand Henry. I get it. It's a big name back. It's a big name, but I don't know if they really needed him like that. I get it. I get that comment. I really do. I get it. All the Ravens backs run hard now. Everyone on them big and evil. Well, it's a real crazy comment, but I love it too. Okay. Kind of a pause comment right there. Wait, Gus is gone. Yeah. And no, Gus is gone. Gus is gone. Yeah. Gus is gone. Commies, Wags, got an A and address a linebacker for cheap. Yeah. Oh, Wagner. Oh, that's Wags. Okay, that's what Jay was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Hey, they got Bobby Wagner. Yeah, they did. I mean, Bobby Wagner, I feel like he's on his last legs a little bit. He's been kind of floating around teams. Went to the Rams, then comes back to the Seahawks, and now it's in the Commanders. And now, so Jay, I definitely understand what you're saying now, but they definitely need to address that linebacker position. But Mike McDonald will, one of the top DCs, like you said, as a head coach now, which I'm so surprised that they did not get Justin Fields. That was another team I felt like could have used him, but whatever. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to our bread and butter, man. Let's move on to some college football real quick, man. Let's talk about these quarterbacks. Probably one of the more talented quarterback classes we have seen in some time. Okay. We already know who the big names are. The big names are right there on the screen, but Fogg and I, we disagree at some point. We disagree with some guys on our list. He has a guy on his list that I don't have at all. And he has I've got on his list. I've got on my list that he doesn't have it on his either. So, well, let's talk about the quarterbacks real quick, man. Talk about your top 5 quarterback 24. What happened?
See, no, I hate this because I said we'll go with my old list prior to other things. But honestly, I would probably take Drake May out of both our lists.
Take him
JJ
how? Like number
Drake
1?
May. No, I would take him out.
Oh,
Top
take him.
5.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
Caleb Williams, Daniels. We agree they're 1 and 2. Penix Jr., I know you're not big on. I love him. I love what he can do, and I love his potential. Drake, let's just talk about it. JJ McCarthy and Drake May. Those are probably the 2 guys you and I are going to talk about the most.
Right.
I don't think Drake May is the real deal. And after watching video footage of Drake May, I'm like, God damn it. This guy's Daniel Jones. This guy's Mitch Trubisky. That's what I'm seeing out of this guy. JJ McCarthy was not there. He was number 6 on behind Bo Nix. But let me tell you something. You said something 2 weeks ago about JJ McCarthy. I went back, looked at video footage, and I'll tell you right now, out of all these quarterbacks, McCarthy processes the game better than anyone else that is in this draft. He may not have the arm strength that Penix Jr., May, Daniels, Caleb Williams has. He doesn't have the athleticism that those guys have. But the way he processes the game and is able to find his receivers, people will say, well, he wasn't in a passing offense. He doesn't have to be in a passing offense because I wrote an article 4 years ago about how quarterbacks who throw 35 times to 40 times or more in the NFL have losing records. And I did elite quarterbacks. Only one quarterback surpassed that with a winning record, and that was Tom Brady. So you want a quarterback that can process the game, that doesn't have to use his arm and sling it 35 to 40 times a game. McCarthy fits that mold, but he worked in that mold with a coach who is now back in the NFL again with the Chargers, who took a team that he was in the NFL with, San Francisco, to the Super Bowl. Oh, shit, there might be something there.
My dog agrees with you. So basically, what I'm hearing is you don't need to be a guy that throws the ball 60 times a game to succeed in the NFL. Okay, so you just need a game manager.
Yes,
a game manager. Okay, all right. So my list is on the left. You guys can see my list. I'm not going to talk about all my guys. There's no need to talk about all the quarterbacks here. We already know some of these guys. Like you said, the guys we're going to probably focus most on at least are Caleb Williams or JJ McCarthy and Drake May. I'm going to focus on Jordan Travis in a minute. I'm going to start with JJ McCarthy. I love the guy. I really do. I watched a few Michigan games this year because I was just curious. And I saw a lot of Michigan games because there are a lot of guys from the DC area on the Michigan team. I know some of those guys on that team, so that's why I watched them. But I think JJ McCarthy. I'm not bold enough to put him in front of Jaden Daniels. I almost did. I'm not bold enough. I think Jaden Daniels can really play, even though I don't think he's like someone who is gonna change the course of the league. I think he's good. He may have a good career, but I don't think he's gonna be like a guy that's gonna like just come in and just be like a Lamar Jackson or even a CJ Stroud, right? But I think JJ McCarthy, honestly, I think he could come in based on where he's drafted. I think he could come in. He's a guy that knows how to manage a game, hand the ball off, and make the right throws. He kind of reminds me of a guy who plays in San Francisco. Like that's exactly who JJ McCarthy reminds me of. He's not elite, but he can manage a game pretty well. He knows he makes the right reads. He does what he needs to do to win the game. But JJ McCarthy's a lot more athletic than Brock Purdy. He's bigger than Brock Purdy, right? And I think he has even a better arm than Brock Purdy, right? I think JJ McCarthy is a guy that I don't want him to do too much. I don't want any of these guys to do too much. That's how busts are created, right? People don't realize that busts are created by what the Panthers are doing with Bryce Young. That's how busts are created. Like it bothers me that people feel like that Caleb Williams has to go to Chicago and light the league on fire from day one because he's Caleb Williams. Like that is crazy. It boggles my mind and it bothers the hell out of me because we're just putting these crazy expectations on these guys just so we can justify why we don't like them or they're bust, right? But look, JJ McCarthy is probably in the best position. Actually, let me say this. The guys who are probably in the best position to succeed, Fog, is crazy, right? Here it is. It's probably JJ McCarthy. It's either Bo Nix, and it's probably Michael Penix Jr. Why? Because those guys are going to be drafted by teams not drafting in the bottom five, who are always drafting in the bottom five. They're going to be drafted by teams who are playoff teams, right?
Yes.
Or those middle of the pack teams, right? Teams that know how to put together teams. That's who they're going to get drafted by. I feel bad for Caleb Williams. Like I do. I feel bad for JT Daniels. Oh, Jane Daniels, because they're going to go to sucky teams and they're going to get used and thrown away. Like it just that's why like I don't blame Caleb Williams saying like, yo, I don't want to play for Chicago. If he did say that, it's a rumor. I'm not really sure. But if he did, I'm okay with it. Yeah. I am okay with it. Like, but I like JJ McCarthy a lot. I think, like I said, game manager, high quarterback rating, makes all the right throws. I love the kid. He's a leader. And guess what? He's a winner. 27-1 in the last 2 years and won a national championship. What else do you need from a guy? I love the kid. Drake May, not a fan. That's all I got. You already said everything, guy. You already said everything I need to say. I already put a draft spotlight on him. Look, the guy, honestly, he's uber talented dude. He really is, right? But the mechanics suck. His footwork is terrible. His throws aren't super accurate. I mean, if he is good for him, right? If he does turn out to be really good for him. But I'm okay with being wrong on him because what we see on tape is just not great. But big arm, fast, Josh Allen type of dude. Jordan Travis, I love Jordan Travis for the simple fact that the guy is a playmaker. He's an elite playmaker. He has to sit for at least a couple of years. Obviously, he's coming off a broken leg. But I think, honestly, if he was not coming off a broken leg and he just played through his senior year and however far they went in the playoffs, whatever it would have been, he would be higher on my list because I think Jordan Travis is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's easily, well, I think him and Jaden Daniels are kind of like tied in athleticism. But Jordan Travis, I could easily say probably outside of Drake May, probably did more with a little bit of less over the last 4 years, right? So I think Jordan Travis is really, really going to be. He actually reminds me. This guy didn't really have the best career, but he's still in the league. He reminds me of a better Tyrod Taylor, right? In respects of like making plays, making the right play. Doesn't have the biggest arm, but he's bigger than Tyrod Taylor, and I think he could be better. I think he could be better than Tyrod coming into the league.
Okay,
who he kind of reminds you of. I think Jordan Travis, depending on where he lands, he could be a really good player. He's a winner as well. Let's see these comments real quick. All right, we got some JJ comments. Let's guy said, Kevin said JJ was a passenger, not the driver of the bus. He's got something to prove to me, but we already said, Fall, like he doesn't have to be the driver of the bus. Like I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't give a damn. Like Brock Purdy was not the driver of the bus.
Nope.
And his team won the Super Bowl, right? JJ McCarthy reminds you a lot of Justin Herbert, can throw the deep ball when needed and can use his legs to extend plays. Just needs a decent running back in the backfield.
I wouldn't say Herbert.
I don't know about that either. I don't know about that, but I get what he's saying though. The deep ball is good. He can throw that. JJ can throw the football. Yeah, he can sling it. I will say this: these guys are talented, but the bust potential is high with this class altogether.
I agree with that. I think this is a big boomer bust class. I think we may have like 3 to 4 quarterbacks where you look at it and go, holy shit, 3 years from now, these guys are the real deal. Or we'll look at this and go, damn, these guys flamed out completely.
Kind of like 2021. That draft class is struggling right now.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. Yeah, that's who else in that draft? There's someone else.
I wasn't big on that draft class.
I still think Trevor Lawrence is going to be. I still think he's.
Listen, Trevor Lawrence was the most talented out of all of them. When people talked about Zach Wilson, I was like, "Oh God, what? Are you kidding me?"
The second coming, they were all over him. Yeah, they were all over him. If I give JJ anything up front, I can see where his floor is higher than others. Don't know how high his ceiling is, though. I don't think his ceiling is super high, but I do think his floor is high. I just think he's, you know what? Honestly, you know who JJ McCarthy just popped in my head. If he has a career like Alex Smith, that's a success. Shit.
Yeah,
that's him. That's JJ McCarthy, right?
100%.
That is pretty much who he is. If he has that career, he's good. He's good. Tyrod, unlucky. Yeah, he is really unlucky. Yeah, he is the unluckiest quarterback ever. Tyrod Taylor has had some really bad breaks.
But he's still in the league. That's crazy.
I think he just signed with somebody.
Yeah.
I think he just signed the Jets.
He went to the Jets.
He went to the Jets. Yeah, he's a good backup. He's good at that.
Bro, Tyrod and Ryan Fitzpatrick are gods. That's it. Their existence in the NFL, you cannot explain.
Caleb Williams will be a bust no matter where he goes.
Bullshit.
All right. I mean, look, Caleb Williams has there's a lot of reason why you don't like the guy. I don't get it, honestly. I don't agree with that. I mean, he's easily the most talented quarterback. Just go watch him play. I don't understand. It's weird. People don't like Caleb Williams because of who he is off the field. And he's not even a bad guy. He's just a weird dude off the field. But they never say anything about him on the field. Because they all know he's super talented. So yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Can't agree with that one, bud. All right, folks, move on to our last thing of the day.
Oh, damn.
Something that both of us had a kind of a hard time doing. We're talking about Mount Rushmore of college football running backs. Now, Fogg and I have been doing this series for the last 3 weeks. I got to post the wide receivers. I forgot to post that last week. I posted the quarterbacks a few weeks ago. Now we're doing running backs. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Fogg. I actually changed somebody at the last minute and almost didn't put number 4 for both of us. Because I almost want to put somebody else. But go ahead, explain your list, and I'll go to mine next.
Wait, you fucked up my list.
What I do? What you mean?
Herschel Walker wasn't on my list.
He wasn't?
No, it was Barry Sanders, Ricky Williams, Archie Griffin, and Reggie Bush.
Oh, damn. So you had Archie.
Yeah. Oh, I had Archie. God damn it.
All right.
I'm pulling up the text right now.
I'll fix it. No, I'll fix it. All right. So, hey, if you're watching this, 3 is wrong. I'll fix it. I'll fix the graphic before I post it. 3 is wrong. 3 is wrong. And it's Archie Griffin. Okay, cool. All right. So I put Archie. It's funny you said that because I put Archie last. The last guy I chased. I actually had man, this is gonna probably be a little controversial for people, but I don't care. He's my GOAT running back. I had Adrian Peterson on there before I took Archie Griffin off. The only reason why I took AP off the list is because he didn't win the Heisman. And he was just really injury prone and he just couldn't stay on the field, but I get it. But yeah, I mean, Barry, both of us have Barry. You have Rookie, which I kind of found surprising until I went back and looked at his numbers, and they are unbelievable. I didn't know Rookie was a dog like that. I didn't know Rookie. I didn't know. AP was a dog. Thank you. AP was a dog. He really was. But I couldn't put him on my list. He can't be my Mount Rushmore.
He was. That was tough. This list was tough.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one's killed us for not having Bo Jackson. I knew somebody was gonna say this. I knew somebody was gonna put OJ. Look, I didn't see OJ play like that, bro. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Here we go. March 7th, 4:01 p.m. Yo, this RB list is crazy, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Barry Sanders, Ricky Williams, Archie Griffin, Reggie Bush. Arguments can be made for Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker, and Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett, yeah. Okay,
that was what I sent you. God damn it!
Okay. Well, this guy said Herschel ain't on your list. I don't like who he became, but he's a cold back. And hey, Herschel, there's no way.
Herschel was like I said. He was in my list of guys you could put in there. He was a beast.
I feel like Herschel Walker took over college football for like 3 years. That freshman year, I mean, yeah, they haven't won a national championship since he left. Well, that's a lie. They did. They won 3 or 2. But before that, there was the drought. But Herschel Walker, I believe Herschel Walker won it as a freshman.
Yes, he did.
I'm surprised nobody's come at us. Bo Jackson. I took Bo Jackson off. He didn't have the greatest college football career. He was just more of a his tape was amazing, but and numbers wise wasn't.
He was a highlight reel.
Yeah, he was a highlight reel.
He was a highlight reel.
He was a highlight reel for the most part. Yeah. Man, this was tough. This list was tough. There are a lot of guys. There were a lot of guys, and Reggie wasn't hard for me, but I did not want to put him on the list, but I was like, I don't think I'd be killed if I don't have Reggie up there. Even though Reggie Bush was one of the best ever, I don't think I'd be killed. I don't think so. No. All right, let's see. Some people are putting some guys in the comments. Let's see. AP was a dog. How about OJ? Eddie George at OSU?
No. Eddie George, not even close. What I text you is legit. That was it. Barry Sanders, Ricky Williams, Archie Griffin, Reggie Bush. You could make arguments for Bo, Herschel, Tony Dorsett. That is it. Nobody else we're talking about. Those 7 players, those 7.
How about Ron Dane?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. He can't compete with what these guys that we're talking about just did. Even Bo Jackson's highlight reels are better than what Ron Dane did.
Okay. Well, this is why I almost didn't put Reggie on the list, because Reggie's teams were stacked. And Reggie, it wasn't just Reggie.
And he was still elite. Remember when people were talking about Lendell White? Oh, he's going to be great. No, Reggie Bush was great. Lendell White was going to be an all-right running back in the NFL.
No, Reggie was that dude. Reggie was. There were a lot of great backs. We could argue for a while. This we are this list. There could be like 4 different lists made.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
the Mount Rushmore running backs in college football. But I think we're pretty much in agreement here. I know you had Archie, so let's pretend Archie's here, where Herschel Walker's supposed to be, and then we'll kind of have a pretty similar group. Rashad Salam was really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Listen, Rashad Salam, Marcus Allen, they had
Yep.
great careers.
Somebody say Marcus
There's
Allen.
yeah.
Somebody say Marcus Allen. Yeah, there's the running back one was fun, but it was tough. It was tough. So that one's. But I will post the wide receiver one because that was the wide receiver one. We different. We had a difference of like what I think like 3 guys on that one. That one was really different. The quarterbacks and running backs were pretty similar. Pretty similar on these ones.
I thought the running back was going to be tough, but when you actually looked at the numbers, I remember when I messaged you, it's Barry Sanders, Archie Griffin, Ricky Williams. After those 3, we could debate about 4, but those 3 guys, their numbers, what they did, and then Griffin, he won. He's the only player to win back-to-back Heismans. Yep. That's insane.
Yep, only player to win back-to-back. I mean, he's got to be on the list. That's why I put he's got to. When you win 2 Heisman trophies, you got to be on the list. I don't know.
Yeah,
list. You have to be on there, man. So like that one was tough, man. That one, but it was fun. It was tough. Next week, ready for this one, Fog? Mount Rushmore of college football DBs, man. And DBs means. I'll ask you. Do you want DBs to mean corners and safeties, or just corners? That's 2 different things, obviously. Or do you want to just encompass all the DBs?
No. You got to go corners and then safeties. Has to be separate because there were some solid cornerbacks at the college level. And there were some great Ed Reed, Sean Taylor safeties in in college football. So yeah, there has to be a separation there.
Let's do the D. All right, we'll do so corners. Let's do corners. Let's do corners, and then we'll do the safeties on another show.
Man, safeties going to be a problem.
Safety is going to be tough. Safeties is going to be tough. Yeah. corners might be pretty easy, but safeties is going to be pretty tough. Safety is going to be tough. But that's going to do it for us, guys. We really, really appreciate you guys coming out on this Wednesday night. Definitely late over on the East Coast. I know it's 10 o'clock over there. It's only 7 o'clock over here. But we want to thank everybody for joining the show and the comments. Again, it's so much more fun when you guys tag along and you comment with us, man. We really, really appreciate you guys showing the love. Don't forget to show our Facebook groups love, BZ Sports and Entertainment, particularly Bias Sports. We're on Facebook. And also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and take your phones out, QR code that, push that subscribe button, push the little bell icon, and you'll go to our YouTube channel so you can comment on YouTube where we'll see your names. And also, I will put out instructions to make sure you guys are able to see your names here on
because we definitely want to see who's talking shit.
Absolutely. Great. And who's giving us good conversation. And who's giving us, we really appreciate that as well, guys. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you very much. I'm Be Easy. This is The Fog. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place.